On the road again. Yes, I am here on the road again. Well, almost. I mean, we're in Brisbane at the moment. We're just overnighting. We're on our way to Sydney for the half marathon there. A race where they're concentrating on the full marathon because they are looking to become the 7th major. For those who don't know, there are 6 marathon majors. 4 located in, 3 located in the US, namely Boston, New York and Chicago. 2 in Europe, being London and Berlin, and Tokyo, which I hopefully one day will be able to apply for again. Sydney, Cape Town, and I believe it's Shanghai, or is it Beijing? It's one of those two. It's a Chinese city that's applying for the final spot in the majors. So they'll be concentrating on that, but I'll be concentrating on the half because it's all part of the Melbourne preparation. Now, the Melbourne preparation hasn't gone smoothly, it has to be said, but I'll be going out for a trot today, and because today's Friday, I'll just go for a light trot, nothing fancy. Sunday it'll be all about just getting into a nice rhythm, trying to find a nice pace where I think I can go for long periods and take it easy, do the job and move forward from there. Well, I was considering 40 minutes, but decided I was feeling pretty good after 20. Just a quick little blowout this afternoon just to make sure that all the systems were good. The good news is the apartment here in Brisbane has a bathtub, so I'll be able to soak in that for a little while, but I have to be up bloody early because my plane leaves they'll be at the airport before the first train leaves the station, so looks like it'll be an Uber. Joyous, joy upon fucking joys. But we'll sit down, we'll have a feed, and we'll kick back and at the footy. Of course, unfortunately I couldn't get a ticket to the Swans game, so I had to make do with a ticket to South Cronulla, next door. Oh well, still a semi-final I suppose, and get to see the new stadium, so it's not all bad news I suppose. Bit of a rush to get here this morning, overslept a little, but we are here, going to make it on time, which is very good. Got a few hours to kill in Sydney because the only flights really in the affordable range were the early ones, so I'll be there like 7:30 in the morning, which is extremely early, but we shall see what we can do. Bid pickup will be open from 8, but I'm not keen then just holding a bit for like 3 hours. I may have to use the facilities at Central Station, just drop some gear off for a few hours and then wander the city, wander around for a few hours and kill some time, and then pick up the bib and check into my digs and go from there. the lure of why so many people run this, not because it's a challenge of 21 Ks, but because you get to run on that thing. It's not often the ring's closed. Now keep in mind, of course, for future reference, flags with half us because Queen Elizabeth II has died and we're still in the period of mourning. We'll film the whole bridge run section on top tomorrow. But once you get past that section, actually a little more hairy coming off into the open air section. Now, I'm not going to fall in or anything like that, I'm not that stupid, but you actually kind of feel safer when you're inside the arches. The fact that it's so early in the run, you just think, okay, you got the excitement. It means you just want to go faster than you want, and you've got to be very controlled, because by the time you finish that, for half marathoners like me, you still got 18 Ks to go. It's all about control from there, not sprinting and allowing the excitement of the occasion get to you. Doesn't really mean a lot in the overall, but it was about this spot where we're on now. Have to zoom out, find the spot. It's very hard to, but it was about this spot where a real money shot was taken some time ago. First time I ran this in about 2017. Now obviously that gate was open, Opera House was in the background, as you can see there, and it was such a money shot taken by some photographer. I can't remember his name, I don't know what his name is, but yeah, he really zoomed in on the Opera House in the background there, as you can see the background there, and he really zoomed in on it, and that was me in a rare sight in a running singlet. It was a black singlet. It was 2015. 2017 was a DNF, and I had the arms outstretched, and it was a real money shot, and it was so good. I used it for my Facebook pic for a while, and my mum's got a picture of it on the wall, on the mantelpiece. So they've already got the barriers just about ready to go, but this is basically the finishing straight, last couple of 100 metres. The surface is fair. This is the actual surface. Tiled surface, not exactly the, hopefully it doesn't get too slick. It can get very congested. So you can see it's good enough grip at the moment. As long as it doesn't rain, I suppose everything will be fine. What makes this fairly difficult is to avoid the furniture. I'm always the one. And we've also, it's going to be fairly narrow, so we've got to also avoid the furniture both ways. Now of course, if you're in a sprint finish, if you're looking to sprint, you've also got to be mindful in half marathons behind you'll have wheelchair athletes coming past, zooming past. We've got to leave room for them, and they'll probably come down the inside there. If you're a bit slower, you may even get caught by the full marathon athletes. We should. We've got an hour's head start. So by the time finish, you'll probably be outside 3 hours. And the only reason you'd want to be outside 3 hours is to get the TV time, because yes, there is TV time on this. Yep, so we've got to be careful of the trees heading towards the finish. Thankfully, I think they've smoothed this out a little bit. It used to be, I think, a stair, one step, and then over the top. We've got the TV tower, so zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we've got the TV tower there, so the cameras will be there. Wait for the cameras just in case they're on TV. So obviously the finish line's around there because that's the hospitality suites, and you don't put the hospitality suites nowhere near the finish line. Indeed, they've got the timing now. There must be a timing kick or something. Finish line somewhere around here, and then they funnel you through, through on the bottom side, not quite through the Opera House, but we'll show you where they funnel you through after you finish. So yeah, it's very narrow, again, fairly narrow finish. They're setting up the gantry for the finish arch, which will have timing chips and whatnot in there. We just zoom in, so yeah, I'm assuming that's where the finish is. So it's not exactly an easy finish, particularly seeing as though it's a long way around the other side. So once they finish, they'll herd us up into that area up there. It means you've got to actually walk up a hill. There's a hill on the other side of that, and you can walk back and up around. Not much to it, it's just just a typical recovery area. There's food vendors. They encourage you to pre-order your food, but I don't think it's worth the money. You're better off going to the McDonald's at Circular Quay. In any case, with that in mind, we've also got to remind people bag drops works a little bit differently for this one. You're encouraged to bag drop not at the start line, because if you do, you won't get your bags until like 12 o'clock. It takes that long to clear the bridge for all the other events. I think the half goes first, then the full, and then there's a couple of small events, 10k bridge run, family walk, that sort of thing. Legacy event. Anyway, so tomorrow I've got to pack light. I can't literally take a bag full of warm clobber or anything like that. I've basically got to make do with what I've got on. Conditions I think are going to be good though. It's not going to be like freezing or anything like that. So, but if I need to wear long sleeves, I'll have to wear the long sleeve under the shirt and be stuck with it until I finish. That's supposed to be running across the bridge. That's the name one day. That's the course.
That's the course, and that's Edmonds point up around, down over the bridge. And down around a few road goes round and down and down. That's at High Park, and back in the Woodbury Harbour, and back we go. And the road passes through Pier where we were, and then up and down and down, and finishing around Circular Quay.
This is the first time I'm using my new race runners for Melbourne in a race situation. I've used them in a lot of training over the last couple of weeks. Hence you can see the edge knocked off them a bit, which is good. That's what you want. You don't want to be going into any race with new shoes, but the fact is I always like to use the new shoes in this race, and then I'll probably put them away for the last 2 weeks of training for Melbourne, because just to make sure nothing goes wrong with them, nothing's going to fall apart. Certainly the last week I won't be using them, because I'm very afraid of something happening to them, and then it means you have to go either find another pair of shoes or go a new pair. Probably the second best purchase I've made for a while. It just seems like a normal belt, and it is. You wear it around your waist, but it feels a lot more secure than, say, the other models, which have one compartment you can wear around your waist. Phone goes in one compartment, cards and keys go in the lower one. Didn't cost me too much from Rebel. I'm sure you can find similar models for less, but this one does the job for me. all the construction means normally we'd all be probably going under here with plenty of room to move out. Now it's going to be so congested you're not going to have any room for anything, especially with the toilets there, which are going to have, whose lines are going to be like 37 deep within 2 minutes. And they'll still be 37 deep as people join them in a rush, for like rush for 10 minutes to go for the race start. Last time I was here I had an Instagram post which basically consisted of 4 photos. It sort of went, so you're telling me I have to run up that, then over that, which I showed you yesterday to be honest. Then we've got to head a little bit out there, but I didn't include that in the photo. Then we've got to head somewhere in that direction, once we're on the other side of that, which is Darling Harbour, around the Darling Harbour side, and then we finish up somewhere like over there. I think a few people got the gist, but because I showed you the course map yesterday, I think it'll become a little more obvious. Down here, now if the road's closed, it's a very popular warm-up area. You'll see a lot of runners just warming up, doing their run-throughs and their leg swings and their dynamic stuff. Of course, later on today, marathoners will be the same thing, and yes, we're in the shadows of Luna Park. They're doing some construction work around the pool though. Doing a lot of construction work around the whole area, so hence why we've seemingly herded in. See what I mean? It's 20 minutes out from race start. That's the queue to go to the toilet. Hopefully it'll clear up. There you go. That's the queue to go to the toilet. 20 minutes out. There's a chance some of these guys will actually miss the start. Unless they delay it from police reasons, but I don't think they will. I'm not sure how many people believe it's an uphill start, but I'm sure it just gives you an idea of the gradient, but it's an uphill start to get to the start line. So it's very hard, so you've got to make sure you've got a bit of momentum heading into the start. Of course, being going in waves, you're probably walking the waves and then you get momentum that way.
We're off 2022 Black Horse. And away they go.
Ideal we follow those to Reality, being a training run from Melbourne. Probably drop off, we'll keep up with them maybe for the first half or so. Right, out of the first section, and about to head on. We'll talk you through it, because of course at the moment today, it's not about that time. For a lot of people it is, but for me it's not. Just the sheer amount of people. It's just a mass of people. Hopefully, as I said yesterday, you just got to take a nice sensible approach to it. Because everyone's excited, oh yeah, we can go across the bridge. But the fact is, crossing the bridge, you're in the first 3 kilometres. We're about to cross through one now. Still a couple of lanes open, but they won't necessarily be crossing the bridge. So that's 1 kilometre of the run done. The watch says about 6:05, which is okay. But I'm not worried about the time. Who is? Milsons Point train station's above. That's where he got off. We've seen some of the shots in getting off the train earlier. That's where you got off. And they'll be full pretty much all morning. People hopping off, being ready to go. Just ignore the overhead lights, they're mainly for traffic. They usually get switched over every day, once a day, for peak hour traffic. So there's always 4 lanes going one way and to another, I suppose. Another train coming in. They'll be full of marathoners. Right, I'm sure their starts at 7 a.m. Now I'm sure if the sponsor was willing, they'd probably try and sponsor the fastest bridge run for the day. But it would take forever to work out because of course there are shorter distance races and some of them will be going harder earlier. We're about to head on. Of course, you've got the obligatory people already stopping, hence why I'm rolling. Nice clear morning, still conditions, no breeze. Was a bit breezy last night. that breeze has died down, so it's ideal in so many ways. Some of those photographers that are on the bridge, they'll try and flog their shots for about $30 a pop, but they'll be there all day, most of the morning anyway. Here we go, there's one there. Heading up to 2 kilometres gone. We're about to head off the other side of the bridge, and then we're into it. Then we're really into it. So that's pretty much runner's view over the harbour bridge. If this helps get this marathon to be a major, I'm sure people around the world want to come here and have a crack at it if it is, and even if it isn't. Come around the world and have a crack, you have a run over the bridge, and then through the city you go. I'm not playing tourism board chief or anything like that, but hope you enjoyed that. Just got to look out for the ambos. We hopefully won't need them today. So a word of warning, if you're coming here first time, the first drink station is not until after
100 meters ahead.
it's not until 5 kilometres into the race. A lot of the major races, I'm sure, would have a drink station like 3 kilometres in, or just after. This one is 5 kilometres in, so just keep that in mind if you're hydrating at the start line. You've got to make sure you've got enough at least to go 5k if you're relying on taking drinks at every station. The distance between them shortens from here. As we'll go through this station. The elite tables are over there, they're for the elite marathons. Only a handful per station. Drink stations will usually be on the left. All the beautiful volleys, they're going to be there all day. And look, of course, if you're planning to stop at that first station, make sure you do. Take your time.
You see those bob turtles just bristling in the breeze moving up past the harbour. It's beautiful.
I'm not sure if you can see it, but I have a feeling the fact that it feels like it's a big lump in there tells me why I'll probably have to slow down later. It's not the first time it happened, but oh man, it hurts. It bloody hurts, I'll give you the tip.
Whilst these back-of-the-pack half-marathon runners were finishing, the main marathon race was about to come to an exciting conclusion. The winner from Kenya ran 2 hours, 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Second, third and fourth placings in the event all ran under 2 hours, 7 minutes and 30 seconds. The women's winner ran a shade over the 2 hours 25 mark. The men's half-marathon winner ran in just a shade over 66 minutes, well and truly faster than me. The women's winner, a shade over 73.